Tables, chronicles, it's logical. Tables, chronicles, it's logical. Tables, chronicles, it's logical. Tables, chronicles, it's logical. In a world that's kinda cool, we keep our cool. Nice conversations when we about. Subscribe on Buzzsprout.
XYZ, they were like, oh, he's probably left the
I
country
get it.
already.
It's blown out of proportion, you know.
It definitely was.
Those things in the title, Prison Break and Terrorist, like the world just runs riot.
Do you know what I mean?
Stories,
yeah. So it gets interesting because I'm looking, I'm thinking, hold up. So that time I'm looking at these police, they were really just going to bust this guy wherever he was staying and in that particular place. And I looked at it, I said, man, that's crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. You know, like, no. It's just, how many miles is it? I'm trying to check the mileage, the difference in mileage between there and where they caught him. But it's interesting, man. It's funny. But now, the gentleman, obviously, they've arrested him and they've taken him now to a Category A prison. Category A prison being, that's like a supermax prison now. And he cannot be considered to be, like, this one, I don't think. Well, I wouldn't even say he won't be able to escape, because if it's time for you to escape and you figure it out, there's always somebody in this world that will always break a boundary. Because even in the US, they have a guy who he's a Brazilian fella, I think it was. He was arrested. He's pending charges of murder, but he managed to literally stretch his arms and stretch his legs and literally climb out of the location he was in and escape. I think he was gone for like 2 weeks. I'm gonna give you the full feedback, but I think it was 2 weeks that he was gone for.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And then you've got this guy that's gone for 3 days.
Yeah. So looking at the distance, by car it's 34 minutes, and that's 13 kilometers, I believe. 13 kilometers by car. Walking, that's like 1 hour 59 from Wandsworth prison to
Chiswick.
Brewery. Yeah, the Chiswick Brewery. So it's 13 kilometers he's made it from, you know. But it'd be interesting to know, like, what was his what's his story, like, what activities, what did he do? So, like,
well, that's
good to hear.
Yeah, it'll be nice to have his
like what road he went down, where did he stay over those 3 days? Did he stay outside? You know what I mean? Do you
know what I'm saying? It's one of those things whereby where are you gonna go? But because my thing is,
I think the only way you get out is if you knew someone that had a boat or was doing, you know, like sending cargo somewhere. You'd have to jump in a cargo or a lorry, you know, jump in a hidden compartment. Like when they smuggle people, you'd have to have a people smuggler to get out.
There is. Well, I mean, for those ones,
you couldn't go through any official channels.
But it would be difficult for you to go through the where cargo is coming through, because you're going to be in a container.
So you'd have to risk, because it goes through the scanner, doesn't it?
Not only does it go through a scanner, but a container is lifeless. You go through a container, you're.
But this is why you'd have to have state of the art. So you'd have to have someone that, because you know how they do. They put like they create like a whole separate box, and then they would
consider toilet, air,
like a block on. So to defy heat detection, you put like some sort of cooling system to freeze, like a layer of cooling around the box that you're in, so that when something scans for heat, like it doesn't pick up the heat.
I mean, they'll figure that out to some extent, but most of the time when they're shipping things out, they very rarely go into that depth, because they're shipping it out.
Through, yeah, so I think what they do is they do random stop checks, don't they? And then if it's a big item, if it's because they know the typical trend of how people hide stuff, like what type of cargo they tend, so they identify certain types of cargo that are more likely to have something in them, and then they go across that massive ramp in and then that has like a massive X-ray machine. Because of time, they can't X-ray everything.
It's not everything, and that's the main
like
thing.
I'm saying, it's only like certain things that they would pick out.
The main thing.
Just like when we go through airport, they will pick certain people out of the line to go through the personal search or whatnot.
And they use dogs. They're using dogs nowadays anyway, so that's another key thing.
Tables, chronicles, it's logical. Tables, chronicles, it's logical. Tables, chronicles, it's logical. Tables, chronicles, it's logical. In a world that's kinda cool, we keep our cool. Nice conversations when we about. Subscribe on Buzzsprout.